Hi, this is based on my experience, a vlog, I guess, where we react to people from the internet. We've got things from people and then we respond to it with advice. And Jill shared this cool video with me that got me right here in the hearts. And now we want to give you advice.
And we'd love your take, of course.
Yeah.
All right, so it's this quote, and my partner sent it to me, and it kind of stopped me in my tracks, which is why I wanted to open the conversation up about it.
Yeah.
It says, I didn't see it as an achievement because in my head, it was my obligation to achieve it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have no choice but to be awesome.
Yeah.
But not in a good way.
Yeah.
Not in the way, it doesn't sound like it was inevitable that I would achieve it, but like it's my obligation. I have to, or I'll be punished. That's kind of what I think of an obligation is, right?
Okay.
If there will be some negative consequence if I don't.
For me, this speaks to women in the workplace. Like, and obviously not all the time, but in a lot of circumstances I've been in, I can do the exact level of the male counterparts in whatever job I'm in, but I'm not as good as. They get the promotions, they get the attention, they get the achievement perks, but I don't, and I feel like I have to do more and be above and better. To like stand out and garner attention and things like that. Like I'm fighting upstream against the various minorities I encompass.
That makes sense.
Kind of constantly. And I think we live in a culture that is like the way we speak kind of goes against that, and the way we treat each other. Like, what they always say is if there's a guy who's a go-getter, you're proud of him, but if there's a woman with that level of intensity, she's a bitch and you're mad at her.
Well, and I think what the quote gets to also is that in this woman's head, even she can't recognize that she's done something good. Right? Like that I have to do that. That's the minimum. That's the expectation of me. So even I can't be proud of myself when I do well. That's the part that really got me, like, as heartbreaking is, when we all do that, right? Minimizing our achievements because, I also come from a place of expectations of humility, right? Feminine humility.
Yes.
When my first book came out, that's right, my first book, I have a second book now. The first book came out, I had a launch party, and I posted on Facebook what I thought was a very, like, thank you so much for coming to my party. All these people came and they were part of a panel. Thank you to my wonderful colleagues. Like, I was giving a very gracious thank you for my launch party day. And my father commented, be humble, period. And that was his whole comment. And so, like, I achieved what I thought was like the biggest achievement of my life. And I couldn't say out loud, I killed it with this book. Like, I'm so proud of myself with this book. And even when I wasn't doing that, I was still being told, say less, And you can be my best friend forever if you will stay mad at my dad with me. That would be great.
Yes, that happens sometimes. Yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of layers, and I think as a quote will speak to a lot of different things and a lot of different issues. I know just in general, like my to-do list that I have on a regular day, like I understand, I've heard this, this doesn't happen to me much, but I don't feel like I've achieved something. I feel like I've just done things.
Right.
And like in the midst of it, I have this fervor that I have to get it done because I can't stand unfinished things. So for example, I refinished that cubby over there.
Isn't she lovely?
And I was just so frantic to get it done that when it was done, I definitely had a little bit of trouble being like, I did this thing. It was more like, finally got that done. Next project on my list.
You didn't even give yourself time to be like,
no.
Oh, see, this is something I've practiced. My therapist suggested this, to like practice opportunities to fail. And I think like achievement and failure, they kind of go together.
Okay.
So you do something that you're going to mess up. So I was rebuilding a bicycle and I didn't totally know what I was doing and I made a lot of mistakes. But when I did get it right after these periods of failure, like I felt like a god. And I kind of started a little bit of a joke with myself when I would fix something and just like overly celebrate it and like scream and raise my fists and like, everybody come see how good I look and how smart I am and look what I did. So I try to combat that and the be humble thing with like a performance of like a performative kind of confidence that I don't have. But
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till we make it, maybe.
It's one of my favorite awful Army quotes. It says, "False motivation is better than no motivation at all."
Wow.
But it's so true. Even if you were miserable, at least if you like pretend like you're good, it actually becomes true eventually. It's just awful to say out loud and expect people to do that. Another thing this kind of reminds me of, which is something I've gotten in trouble for, is birthdays. I've had people tell me adults don't deserve birthday parties.
What did you do?
Celebrations.
Just live?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's your obligation to live to your next birthday.
That's
right?
a good point.
And so I don't feel people get enough time to like a forced, like I am a big fan of forced stillness. So like we smoke cigars together, and for me that is a very sacred's not the right word, but in that vein of hi Alex, of being still, because like we work so much and we have so many hobbies and we have people in our life and we keep very busy, and I need something that keeps me still. And so the occasional cigar, I sit, I reflect. But it's the same with like birthdays. Like there are some people that don't be still and take the time to be celebrated, especially parents, especially the older you get, especially when everyone says when life calms down, and we all like to pretend that this is as calm as it gets. Yeah, it's not going to calm down. This is life now. And I don't mean that in a negative way, more in a let's get on living in the chaos.
Right, go on living.
And so I'm an advocate for celebrating my friends.
Yeah.
And if I don't see them on their birthday, I try to go out with them that week or around that time for dinner at the very least. I will happily show up with like food or cake as needed. And like my sister won't let me celebrate her birthday, and it makes me angry because she lives so close, and I just want to be like, let me take you out to eat, and she won't.
Could we pick another achievement to celebrate hers? If she doesn't want to celebrate her birthday, can we celebrate some other achievement, like her work anniversary? Our work anniversaries should be, if we like our jobs, it is not an obligation to keep your job. It is an achievement, perhaps.
Well, I know some people would probably say like their pets' birthdays.
Oh yeah,
they could celebrate them and their dog.
Oh, I always do.
I do not. Clover's birthday is Monday. And
oh my
I'm
gosh.
not doing anything for it, but you know he'll get an extra pat on the head. That's
Zoe is about to be 16 in June. I think we have a sweet 16 party for the dog.
Okay.
Because she is not obliged to remain alive.
She is not.
To 16.
Oh my God.
And if she makes it to June, which I think she will.
I think my partner will love to come.
Yeah.
So we'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Sweet 16, we'll like have a driver's license for Zoe.
Oh my God.
Oh, wouldn't that be cute?
Yes.
That's an achievement.
Can we put her in a quinceañera dress?
But quinceañera should have been last year.
Yeah, it should have, but let's merge them. It's fine.
Okay.
It'll be hilarious.
It's the same thing.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But anyways, like I think
celebrate our achievements.
We should celebrate our achievements,
big and small,
with our found family, with our support networks.
Hundo P.
I had a coworker recently who broke up with her partner, and I've had no time to do this, but I keep wanting to be like, have you reached out to your support network? Are you taking care of you? And from the look, she is not. So I'm just like,
oh no,
take care of you, people, please.
Take care of you.
So, did we have any other thoughts?
No, I just think that like the quote is for like we can do whatever we want with other people, right? They are not going to respect our achievements or whatever, but we at least for ourselves ought to really take a look at what we have done and what we do every day and find the part of it that is a reward, right? Some part of it to recognize as an achievement.
Yeah, taking the time to savor those achievements, which I'm not good at, but I'm working on.
Yeah, I may be too good at it, honestly. Might be too good. Hey, Jill, we just achieved another episode.
Hell yeah.
It's time to celebrate.
And
you're
please-
obliged to follow us on Instagram
Yeah.
at Based on My Experience podcast.
And let us know what is something you've achieved lately.
Yeah, let's celebrate you.